So the orange wasn't fully squeezed. There's still juice left in the orange. I gotta make sure I extract all the juices out of this orange. The last sermon, this is a continuation of take off those dirty ass shoes. Now, God doesn't say it like that to Moses. You know, I'm sure God doesn't speak like that. My bad, y'all. I'm not as polished, refined, and well-groomed as the preacher man or the pastor man. I'm a little rough around the edges, so bear with me, all right? But anywho, in any event, so God tell Moses, look, take off those dirty shoes, man. Listen, we got, you know, you're about to come into some new ground. In Exodus chapter 3, I believe it's verse 5 or whatever, he says, listen, take those dirty ass shoes off. I'm sorry, again, he doesn't say it exactly that way, but I'm paraphrasing. He said, take off those dirty sandals, right? Because I'm about to bring you to some new ground. And the dilemma for us, we're like I said, in this, it's an allegory. I call this an allegory. It's an anecdotal, allegorical story, right? So the shoes represent something you're familiar with. It represents your comfort zone. The new ground it represents new beginnings. It represents, like I said before, something that you've been asking for, praying for, wishing for, and hoping for. And the bush is the voice of God. So the dilemma for us, though, what I really want is the juice that I want to continue to squeeze out of this orange is that a lot of us, we're like, we know what's best for us, God. You know what I'm saying? Like, and God is like, okay, well, you know, who am I? I'm just God, the creator of all the universe. But what do I know, right? Because that's what we do. We're like, no, I don't want to give up my shoes. These shoes are comfortable. They're adapted or adjusted to the corns on my feet, my dirty toe jams, my bunions. Like, these are just comfortable shoes. So, but like I said, we got to remember, it's not the question. The dilemma is, well, why can't I have both, right? Why can't I get this new ground and keep my dirty ass shoes? That's what we start contemplating. We want our cake and we want to eat our cake. Why we can't have our cake and eat it? I always thought that was a weird saying. Like, you want your cake and to eat it too. Like, I get what they mean by it, but I never thought, like, what's the problem with having my cake and eating it? But I digress. Well, maybe I'll do something on that again. I'll figure that out, because that makes no damn sense. If I'm gonna have a piece of cake, why can't I eat the damn cake? But again, I digress. Let me stay focused. So, but the point though is that we do come to this idea of, like, why I can't have the new ground and my shoes at the same time. And I really, the juice that I want to continue to squeeze is that the importance to understand the answer to that. There's a very important answer to that, all jokes aside, is that we think the shoes was just necessary to carry you to where you need to be. So I'm not saying that the shoes had no purpose. And I understand why you're comfortable with those shoes, and I understand why you want to keep those shoes in your life. I understand, right? Because those shoes were necessary. They were necessary up until this point. Think of it like riding a bus. Like, that bus, you get on the bus because it's necessary to get you to your destination. But once you reach your destination, you got to get off the bus. It's just that simple. Like, all right, we got to part ways now. But the bus served this purpose to get you where you needed to be. So the shoes, whatever the shoes is that in your life, that comfort, it was necessary for you to get to where you are. But now you're at a crossroad where it's like, okay, now we need to get you to the next level. And that's the new ground. The new grounds represent the next level. And unfortunately, those old ass shoes, they are conditioned for the old ground. Oh, I'm preaching now. Those old shoes are conditioned, fashioned, designed, and they're perfect. But they're perfect for that old ass ground you used to be on. You dig what I'm saying? Wow, this is some good preaching. Marla, you preaching. Those old shoes were good for the old environment, nigga. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say the N-word. The old shoes were good for the old environment. The new environment requires new shoes. You dig? I just kind of got the answer to my, like, yeah, that's deep. So that's the answer right there. The reason why you can't keep your old shoe is because the old shoe was designed, fashioned, and molded by the old environment, the old ground that you were walking on. Now I'm about to bring you into a new environment, new ground, new. So you can't wear those old shoes on this new ground. Like, it's like when you go into somebody's house, they always say you take off your shoes. Because they don't want you to step on their carpet. Why? Because their carpet is clean and your shoes is coming from outside and it's dirty. You're going to mess up their carpet. So they tell you, take your shoes off or don't come in my house. You know what I'm saying? So that's what God is saying. Like, yo, I want to take you to something new. But, yo, I'm telling you, we are our own worst enemies. We want to cleave to old shit. I'm sorry. We want to cleave to old stuff, right? We want to cleave to old stuff because we like a contradiction. We want new things. When new things come, we don't want new things. We don't want to do what's required for the new things. You understand? It's like we want something new, but we always, you know, we ask for a house, we ask for a car, we ask for a spouse, we ask whatever it is. We want stuff, but don't understand there's a prerequisite to the maintenance of that newness, whatever it is, because the new stuff you're getting, for instance, let's say it's a house. There's a prerequisite. There's a certain attitude that you have to maintain this new house. There's a certain attitude you have to maintain this new car. There's a certain attitude you have to maintain this new career. And the old stuff that you got, the old shoes, are not going to allow you to adjust. Your old shoes not going to allow you to, or they're not going to allow you or encourage you, better yet, to adjust a new way of thinking for this new career that you have, or this new job, or this new husband, or this new car. The old shoes remembered you in an old way. Here's some more inspiration coming to me. The old shoes remembers you a particular way. It behooves the old shoe, meaning behooves, meaning it is in the interest, the best interest, not of you, but it is the best interest of that old ass shoe to keep you in that old ass state of mind. Because if you are not functioning the way the old shoe is used to, the old shoe is going to have some kind of discomfort. Because the old shoe is used to you being and acting and behaving a certain way. So that old shoe needs to keep you the old you. So the old shoe needs to keep you the old you, but the new grounds requires you to be a new you. And therefore, there's a conflict between your old shoe and your new you. That's why you can't do what you do. And on that note, I'm on my way to the gym. I'm about to go get it in. I'm gonna lift like 300 pounds today. I'm just gonna go crazy in this gym. Peace.